security is really broken up into two areas. You've got people that focus on external threats, such as antivirus, anti-spam companies, firewall companies, those kind of people. What they're doing is they're trying to keep the bad guys out of a company. What we do is we focus on internal threats. So we're focused on employees that are either maliciously trying to do something damaging to the company, as simple as lose productivity or send out confidential information, or even good employees that make inadvertent mistakes. Maybe they send the wrong spreadsheet to the wrong person. And what InterGuard does is it addresses the full spectrum of internal threats. So anything that can happen from an inside source that might be generated from an employee. If you look architecturally, we have one main architectural advantage over every competitor that we face, and that is the fact that we do everything at the endpoint. So if you look at the old way of doing things, you would essentially create a ring around the company. You'd look at the network and you would treat that network as kind of a whole entity, and you would do things at the network level that would allow you to potentially monitor what was going on as well as enforce policies. Now if you look at the new way of doing things, that's the way we do it, and that's really because of the fact that the network is no longer this immovable object as it once was. Now you've got people that work from home, you've got people that are in the field with their laptops. What we essentially do is build a ring around every single computer so that no matter where that computer goes, it can be monitored, you can control the activity, you can prevent data from falling into the wrong hands. And so what that allows you to do is if you have a laptop that's in the field that never ever connects to the network, you've got full functionality with our architecture, whereas doing it at the network level, you're sort of stuck.
Since everyone else does this at the network level, why did you guys decide to do it at the desktop?
Well, if you do things at the network level, there's really two problems. Number one, you can't see information that doesn't travel over the network or that travels over the network in an encrypted manner. So, for example, if someone is using or running an application at their local desktop, you can't see it because it doesn't really travel over the network. With our architecture, we can control that completely. So we could monitor what happens there as well as set, for example, a time schedule to say we don't even want these applications available during certain hours of the day, as an example. And then additionally, if someone's using encryption, if we're at the endpoint, encryption doesn't affect us because we're not trying to intercept the communications over the wire, so to speak. So we have full visibility, full control, even on computers that will never connect to the network. So to look at the product itself, the product is called InterGuard. It stands for an Internal Threat Guardian, hence the name, and there's really three components to it. The first is data lock. What data lock does is it prevents confidential information from leaking out of the organization. So that's whether someone wants to send an email or an email attachment that contains, let's say, customer records, or copy it to a USB flash memory stick. Data lock will scan it before it goes out and then block it if it's inappropriate. Sonar is the second piece. That gives you full visibility into and control over any employee computer activity. So you can monitor all communications, etc., as well as set time schedules to limit web surfing or when they can use certain software programs. And then the third piece is Laptop Cop, and what that does is it gives you full remote access to your computers in the event of a laptop theft. So if it's ever stolen, you could still remotely retrieve and delete files from that computer, as well as geolocate it on a map so you can see exactly where it is.
And can I buy the products individually, or do I have to buy the complete suite?
No, you can buy them individually. You might determine that certain departments in your organization need a certain solution, or perhaps all of them, whereas other ones may only need one piece. On certain laptops, for example, if you're just concerned about the data that's on it, you might have Laptop Cop, whereas data lock may be on other computers in the organization, so they can be purchased a la carte.